Hello, this is Kurt Brown, also known as Saint Rambone. I am a former federal bank examiner for the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation in 1999 in Roseville, California, also known as the Sacramento FDIC. I was hired there because they killed a regional director in 1992. During the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation Improvement Act of 1992, the regional director of San Francisco allegedly killed himself. Right around the time of the Financial Services Modernization Act of 1999, my boss came into the office. I call him Kenny Doll to cover his name a little. Kenny Doll, my boss, the bank examiner boss, kind of like an auditor of banks, came into the office. He had been evacuated from his subdivision. He told me it was jet fuel. Later on the news reports, it was diesel. That was some on the web that I can't seem to find. I'm sure there's some reports out there. You have to dig around. They pretty much covered it up. We're talking about 1999. But our office was jumped. This is what happened. And I have a question for you, Kenny Doll. Why did you set me at the CEO position at that table? Why did you sit me at the CEO position at that table? And also, what was the date that you were evacuated from your subdivision? How does that date correlate with the Financial Services Modernization Act of 1999? So that's two questions. Why did you set me at the table, the CEO position, when we were zapped with those new weapons they had? I saw them in the Navy in 1983. We were hit with them on a boat, and our missiles were taken. We were hit with them with a lower variety, and then we were injected. This is what happened. Kenny Doll told me to sit at a table, a boardroom table, and then adjunct office to the main office where we all had our cubicles. Typical government operation, Roseville, California. And there was an adjunct office, a boardroom table, small office. He told us to go in there, all the bank examiners who were in their office that day. We normally would travel. We'd go in 2 weeks at a time, something like that. And he had me sit at the front, or at the very head of the table, at the CEO position. And he had me sit at the CEO position. My friend, also another bank examiner who I call G.I. Joe, former military, name is Joe. He was sitting on the left, mid-table. And a young lady was sitting mid-table on my right. There were 5 bank examiners on each side of me. They were in the middle of the table. My boss, Kenny Doll, was sitting against the wall. And sitting next to him was a federal officer who came in with him for security that morning after his house was evacuated. That's probably the one variable the FDIC could not control. Then as I was sitting there staring at I've explained this in another video, staring at the wall there, my memory's been coming back more and more, or staring at the glass window and the glass door from the CEO position to the table with the 5 bank examiners on each side in front of me, and the federal agent and my boss, Kenny Doll, to my right, with the federal agent being mid-table. I heard a ruckus outside. Somebody says, "You can't come in here." Somebody said, "You can't come in here," and then a man who was sitting, a security guy who came in with Kenny Doll, yelled to him, or yelled behind Joe, and towards a young lady who was from Vacaville, about 24 years old, little brunette girl, pretty little thing. Bank examiner, bright young lady. He yelled at them, "You are some stupid mother effers." It's not that I didn't use it, I'll say motherfuckers. How about that? "You are some stupid motherfuckers." Fuckers. And next thing I know, I wake up from a slight nap. Next thing I know, I wake up from a slight nap. Then, the young woman to my right said, "Did something just happen here?" And the man to my left said, "Did somebody just yell?" That would be Joe. The young woman was let out, and next time I saw her, she was coming out of the office, and she was staggering a little bit. I heard some people behind us talking. One of them said they'd injected her with cocaine. Somebody else said they'd given her a Mermier racing drug. And then the next thing I know, some guy said to me I was going to get some of this. He held up a syringe. I think they were stunning us and picking us off. And he held up a syringe. And next thing I know, I was being injected like I was already unconscious, sort of semi-conscious, being injected. Then the next thing I know, I'm standing over by the coffee pot in a dark area, or it seemed like it was dark because when I come out of that stuff, I have brownouts, and then I go to regular vision. It's like being in the dark, and then you wake up. For me, it is, because I've had stroke from this. So I'm standing over there, and that was about it. Yeah, and then that day, I heard some people talking about a hostage situation going on also later. I don't know how many people did or didn't come back in the next day. I'm hoping to get compensation for this. The EEOC fired me because, or the FDIC fired me because I filed an EEOC complaint in December. It was in November, December of 1999, because I went to a school in Washington, D.C., or near Washington, D.C., the FDIC Training Center, FDIC Seedman Center, and I was having headaches in an 84-hour work week. I filed an EEOC complaint on it because of the hours and the headaches I was having, because they were going to fire me because I didn't finish the school. And then, around Christmas, they told me to go eat a big bowl of crap, I guess getting me ready for the new year. And then, I never heard anything else from them about that EEOC complaint. They dismissed the case and wouldn't hear it. The government of the United States, to me, has been overrun. I've lost everything, it seems. Like a bird. I eat out of a bird feeder. My father had it right. Don't work in the government and the military. Don't work in finance. It's winner take all at the top of banking, just like it is in warfare. Winner take all. Sadly enough, I foresee for the future of mankind a lot of these types of strikes with these weapons. They're stunning weapons, and they inject you so you forget everything. Think about it, it's 2015, I'm just now remembering things. And I'm also remembering things from 1983. We got hit with the same thing there. We had I call it the fine mason cement vibrator weapon tool. Hit our boat, USS Reed FFG-30. That was bizarre. Mendo, they started running for their life. But I won't payment there, Kenny Doll, you dildo. You put me at the head of that CEO table, and I took it in the head, and I'm fucking recalling all this. Fucking, that's with an O. Curtsy. Kenny Doll and Curtsy Doll. I came up with the name Curtsy because my brother Kurt Cobain was likely murdered, and I'm still wondering what's happening with all that. Could they come in and replace an entire family? Is it true that he was my brother, as my father said? I can't find Winnie the waitress of Aberdeen. I've slept in Denny's parking lots all across the nation, including Aberdeen, Seattle South, or Seattle west. There's some horrid Denny's. I had the dream sleeping in that parking lot. The dream being about Francis Bean Cobain and my character from my song Curtsy, Handsome Elf. It's Kurt Brown, also known as Saint Rambon, Mobile Audit Club. Kenny Doll and FDIC, I want payment. I want my 100% payment through the VA, and then I want to talk to you guys about some money, because I've been in contact with people. Did we lose a whole war, the whole world? Things not what they seem, what they dream. This freaking nightmare. Good grief. Who aborted you? Who aborted me? Yeah. Who brought me back at the table? Who put me at the CEO spot? Why did you do that to me, Kenny Doll? What the hell's going on? Ding dong. It's the Sailor Man.